sure you keep up with all the new content on Gaming for XP. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we'll let you know once we've uploaded anything that's new. See ya! Welcome back, friends. Welcome back, fellow Wastelanders. Hope you're well. Gaming for XP back at Oberland Station for the next part of the build. And some news about this build. I got some bad news, I guess, in that I'm having some issues with building in the shopping area. In fact, I'm not going to be able to complete that area as I would have liked because the game keeps freezing on me. So we're going to have to concentrate in this area, and I'll start here and I'll go down the hill and round the corner and build there as much as possible. And then we'll probably have to call the build. I'm not sure what's going on. I've been working on a whole lot of solutions. Nothing seems to be working. And so we'll just keep building here for now and see what we get. So today I'm going to build in this little space here. You know, we've been working on kind of smaller builds in the last couple of weeks, and this kind of fits into that mold. Of course, now that I've built in the settlement a lot, finding places to put the big items down so you can grab them becomes a challenge, but we get there. And we're going to use the bus as a base, and then we're going to build off of that. Now, one of the big things with this is to try and make sure that it's fairly straight and you know, as tight as we can get it to the foundation. This is going to make part of the wall here, and so we need to get it as close to that edge of that foundation. Unfortunately, I can't see whether it's close to the foundation or not. As sometimes happens when you're building in Fallout, you know, you start with an idea, and we did with this overpass. Now I'm pulling it to bits because I've got another idea that I want to work. So I'm just measuring that to see how that will work. So actually, height wise, that's not going to work for me, and that ladder there, so end up coming up with a different solution. You see, that's a bit too low. That's just going to go right into the bus, so it's not going to work. So what we might do is we might just edge that a little bit closer across there, and yeah, we'll have to come up with a solution there. Oh, and I went up the wrong ladder. See, too many ladders lying around, and yeah, that just happened. Hope you're enjoying this build. It's been a lot of fun so far. Like I said, there's probably not a lot of builds left now, given that we have that issue on the far side of the settlement. And in fact, it's so bad I'm going to actually have to use some of my previous, when I do the final tour, I'm going to have to use some of my previous build tours, because I just can't. Every time I walk over to a certain part of that settlement, the game freezes and I can't do anything with it. And you can see there's a part wall built there. If you'll probably see it during this build. There's a part wall built there to the point I just can't build it. So I'm really disappointed because I had a whole host of things I wanted to do with this build, and yeah. Anyway, all good. So I'm just trying to get this foundation on the top of the bus kind of sorted so it's in the right position. A little bit of an overhang. And that'll make the basis for the building we're going to make on top. So those stairs I'm not going to need. We'll put this on like this, and we'll put those little wooden stairs on there, and they should work really well. Now, as you can see, they want to go everywhere except to the place I want to go, which is usually the case when you're building in Fallout. Oh, there we go, beautiful. Another thing I thought was maybe just getting workshop or workbench anywhere and trying to see if that would fix and give me a little bit more building limit, because I'm thinking the freezing's possibly got to do with the build limit. So I might try that. Also, I might try that just so I can build some of the outside walls. But again, it's quite frustrating when that happens. It's obviously obviously some of the items I've placed down, or I've put too many items down, and it's just, yeah. Anyway, let's just move on from that. Otherwise, the whole video is going to just be me complaining, and you didn't tune in to see that. So, my idea here is to put some kind of entranceway to the bus, and then we're going to put a little dwelling up above, and then what I want to do with that little dwelling is then link it onto the roof of the station, and beyond that we're going to build something on top of the station as well. That's my idea, that's the plan. So what I'm doing here is I want to put this roof underneath that foundation piece. And you'll see in a minute. So that's why I've taken those floor pieces off. So it sits underneath there. So we'll get rid of that. And what I'm doing here is I'm just seeing whether it's actually going to sit there. And it does. There's a spot. You've got to ease it into place, but there's a spot there that it's going to work. So, and this then becomes the basis of the entranceway I'm about to build. So, yep. Okay, so grab it. I'm going to switch collision off. I'm sure you could do this with a pillar fairly easily, but just ease it into place a bit. There we go. Good. Yep, that works, and then I can put those floor pieces back in, and that'll work for me. So here, what I was thinking of doing is finding those flat pieces there and doing that. There we go. And then everything, so I'll get walls to snap off that. Everything's going to be good. So and it just using that bus a little bit differently. Of course, it's always a challenge when you've done this to see whether this is actually going to work, which it does perfectly. You can see it's sitting underneath, and that's just, I like that. Here we go. Beautiful. And I really like the way this area is shaping up down here. There's, you know, a nice little vibe starting to happen down here, and that should just snap off there. Now I want to pull that across like that, and then we'll build off that. Now initially what I do is I put a wall in here, and then I decide to go a slightly different way, but that acts as kind of the basis for going in there. Little entranceway, and yep, all good. Look at that. That works. In we go. Yep, good. It's a pretty easy build today, but one that's, you know, I've done a few of these bus builds in the past in various settlements, and it's always like challenging myself to do something a little bit different with those kind of items. So you've seen me play around with things like the trucks and buses and all kinds of stuff. So okay, we'll put that there. Yep, that's going to work there. It does snap, but it snaps off the ground, as you probably, if you're watching carefully, you'd see. So I want it to kind of go in there. So find the place where it's going to go green. There we go, like that. I actually like it there, surprisingly enough. I wonder if that roof would snap back on. I like how that butts up to the railway line. And that roof's completely the wrong way around, but never mind, we'll fix that in a sec. When I realise. And then we're going to do that. That works. Yep, that gets us upstairs. Yeah, roof's the wrong way around. You haven't noticed it? Come on. Oops. Have I noticed now? Yeah, finally. There we go, that works. Yeah, we need to pull that in just a fraction. There we go, snaps. See, that was just a case of build order. See how that wouldn't snap before? But put it down, put the roof on, and then pull it across. And again, sometimes it's again with building angle you're working on. And the only thing with this upper level is it's right on the boundary, and you can see I'm trying different ideas here to see what's working. That it ends up, I'll leave it there because that just works. Yeah, sometimes just changing the angle gets that kind of stuff to work. So in here I thought, okay, it's a bit boring. I want to make it look a little bit more more realistic, that somebody's just come along and put it together. I was going down the path of these walls, and yeah, you could actually use that overhang for a roof if you wanted, but I decided to go, and you've seen me do this a few times now. We use these pieces from Toys at the Pram mod, and we'll just start to layer these on top of each other. Just see what happens. There you go, like that. Now you can see I just looking to see what small pieces we have, and just say, yeah, we can put that one there. Maybe not. Maybe that one. And I think it just makes a different and more interesting kind of feature wall than just putting a wall in there. I encourage you to do this in your own settlement, just to switch it up a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting. And it is very therapeutic doing this kind of stuff, very much so. So it's like a bit of a jigsaw, I guess, just trying to find the place where that'll sit. Now I changed this one because it all starts to look the same, and again, you need contrast when you're building. Different colours, turn one around, it looks a little bit different, and it's a little bit more interesting, just kind of one kind of item. If you've got repeating items, it gets a bit boring. Well, I think it does, so I'm going to sit in there. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see. Turn it around. Yeah, that's alright, that works fine. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go, custom wall now. Ooh. Just push that across there, like that. Nice. I like it. I probably spent more time on that than building the dwelling, but never mind. All good. Not sure what this building's going to be. It might just be a dwelling, just one of the settlers' dwellings, you know, homes or something. Could make the bus into a shop of some kind. Really not sure. I haven't got a clinic yet in the settlement, so we could make it a doctor. That was one that I thought of. Maybe a doctor's surgery, but we'll see where we go. See what mood I feel I'm in, and we'll just build it from there. See, I'm putting a piece in here, and again, that wall's still there. We're just building on top of it, just to make that look a little bit interesting. And you don't have to fill all the gaps. That's the other thing. You can just partially fill some of the gaps and leave the other ones empty. It all makes it look alright. So we're anti-shimmering, just to make sure that nothing's kind of vibrating and looks weird. You can travel away and come back and it'll fix that as well, by the way, if you don't know that. Okay, so far so good. So we'll probably start on the upper level, and this is a pretty quick build upstairs. You can configure this in any way you like, but again, my addiction to the single doors continues, so I'm going to put a single door at the top of the stairs, and then that is going to form the basis of the whole kind of dwelling. Let's find the right kind of shack end wall, outer wall, that'll do, and we'll put another one in that space there. So which one are we going to go with? Corrugated iron would be good, like that. There we go, and that's all starting to work nicely. Now I'm going to put But a couple of doors in here. Obviously that one there will lead out onto the defensive area we have, and that kind of platform. So we'll do that, and we'll put a couple of these single walls in, like that. Just change the. I like to change them. You can put the same one. It's up to you. So that goes out that way like that, and we'll change it up. This is another way of making, getting another variation on your walls. Is to use these pieces if you have them in your mods. I'm right on the boundary here, that's why it will not snap into place, that's why it's still red. Another one there, like that. Now it sits a bit weird, that one, I don't know why. And then get another one, it's a little bit different, like that. And then you can put the same one back on top if you like that. And now you've got a custom wall. That looks in it, that one that you can't build unless you do this. So I thought about putting it in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave a gap so it's like a window. And that one's weird. I do end up fixing that, but I don't think I do it within the build. Here we go. Just anti-shimmering everything. So I'm like, yeah, the window needs to be kind of central. Like that, so there's like a window there. There we go. All good. Oh, outside the build area quickly. It's a bit of a pain at the moment because it the build. If I have to restart my build menu, it takes about 4 or 5 minutes now because I've built so much at this settlement. Yeah, maybe there's an idea that that's why the game's freezing. Yeah, just saying. Anyway, you can see. There is a bit of a gap there between the door and that wall, and that what kind of alerts me to the fact that is off somehow. And we'll fix it. And you can see there's a natural little alleyway down through there, which we will probably use in the next episode to build on there some way, somehow. Pretty easy now. Just snap these rifts on and we're good. And we've got a ready-made little apartment. Look at that. Pretty cool. And there's several ways you can get up to it. I like that. I like it a lot. And pretty much the rest of it is just decoration. So quick, dirty little build, but you can see we're doing lots of little builds now to fill in this whole area. And it really was the vibe I wanted to go for. Now this, weirdly, I couldn't find a post, and you can see I'm going to try a couple combinations, but nothing would fit in that that height for some reason. I don't understand why. So that's sitting off the ground too. Anyway, I'll find one from the posts, beams and supports mod. Yes, I know, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, that's where I find it. It just seems to be a longer post that I can use. It's the first one I come to look at that, but it does sink down. I think that's the difference. It's longer, but it sinks into the ground. So just stick that on the corner there, and we're going to make a little area in there. So all good. Getting dark now. We'll step back, admire our handiwork, and then we will come back for the tour. So here we go, guys. This is what we ended up with. We'll give you a little look around. I built a little area underneath here. A little kind of area where you can do his fixing upper. You can fix up his weapons and whatnot. That workshop area. And yeah, try and figure out what I've put in and what is just a static kind of item. Nice purified water station there underneath with a fence on it. Like it a lot. Didn't do too much on the other side of the building underneath. Again, this is going to be a transitional area, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. In we go. Oh, there's dog meat. And I could have left this with nothing in it, but I thought it probably needed to be decorated in some way, so I've added a chems bench behind the door. And if we can get in, dog mate, get out the way. This is a little lounge room down here, so it's a split building. It's a lounge room down here. Gonna move those books slightly. I've kept it fairly basic. And there's a bathroom on the other side. There we go. Nice view when you're sitting contemplating the world. So now we'll move on upstairs and see what's going on up there. In we come. And look at this poster here. I went to Nuka World and all I got was this stupid poster and armor and weapons and tokens, blah blah blah. I love it. Quite nice up here. Bedroom, little kitchen area. Nice outlook onto the Commonwealth. I've got to fix up that candle there. It's kind of, yeah. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Somewhere to kind of have some of the day if you want. And a couple of bedrooms up here. Pretty simple little design, but I'm really pleased with the way it turns out. And if you haven't got a pot to piss in, there you go. There's one under the bed for you. Excuse the French. The door out onto the platform there, so that if you're guarding the settlement, you can get easy access. Half door here, and we're going to work on that area next week. So stay tuned. So really pleased how this came out, and I'm really happy with the way this is all starting to kind of show itself. We're going to run along to the power station round the corner and up onto the roof, and you'll see how this is all starting to kind of emerge into quite a nice little part of the settlement, and it all kind of blends in. Okay guys, thanks for joining us. I'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya.